in your life because you didn't want to sit down somewhere and do what you have to do. But you want to go out there and spend your money on nonsense, and that's what I call it, nonsense, because 9 times out of 10, you already got 100 pair of shoes in your closet. Why you need more shoes?
You only got
Why
2
you
feet.
need more clothes?
You only got 2 feet.
But like I said, it just has to be, like you said, a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
You know, in order for people to realize, you know what, there is a better way. And if I just give myself 60, 90 days, or even 6 months, just give myself that time to say, let me try it and see if it will work for me.
Yeah.
And if it don't work, then I'll go back to doing what I'm doing.
But
if it does, guess what? You just changed your life. But a lot of times we don't even want to take the chance and just try. So I'm working on some things in the background, just really trying to put myself out there where I can show people. Because a lot of times, and I hate to say this, but you know it's true.
Yeah.
We are more impressed with what we see.
Mm-hmm.
I can sit here and tell you, yes, I'm a millionaire. Yes, I have the finer things in life. Yes, I can do this, I can do that. But unless you see it, you don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And why do I have to go and do all this stuff and put myself on Front Street? Because some of us, not all, some of us can't handle what I have. I don't put all my business out there like that because everybody's not happy for us.
Yeah.
But I want to get to a place where I can show my people you don't have to be flashy. You don't have to be impressing people for people to like you. They're going to like you regardless. And if they don't, oh well.
That's their problem. It's not your problem how you feel about me. I mean, it's not my problem how you feel about me. You know, it's their problem. I mean, but again, you got to love yourself. I think social media plays a whole lot in that too. You know, we're insecure. We pose security, but we're very insecure because if we were so secure, when people put the pictures up, they put the picture up when they first wake up in the morning. Nobody puts that picture up. They make sure they look good. They make sure they look fly. Then they put their best up. You know, so it's like because we care about what other people think too much. So we should be able to care about what we think about ourselves. What are we willing to do? And it's not, you said, it's not up to everybody else to agree with how we do our life. It's called your life. You're going to live it the way you want to live it, and you need to live it. It's called your life. So quit trying to impress people that you don't know and don't like you. You know, keeping up with the Joneses, if you will, because you don't know how they're holding on to what they have. You don't know what kind of conversations or arguments that they're having to keep what they have. So it's like I said, it's stuff. And when Harvey came, when it flooded, everybody got wet. Everybody got wet. No matter what your situation was, no matter if it was your Democratic, Republican, white, black, polka dot, or purple, everybody got wet. And as you say, if you weren't prepared financially, then guess what? You one of those people in the line waiting for the government assistance, waiting for them to give you stuff, you know, waiting for them to just give you handouts or whatever. You know, I'm all about help, but I'm all about positioning people to help themselves, you know, because of sometimes, like I said, because I don't know if it was you or not. It was somebody that was having a conversation about a government assistance, SET program, down payment assistance program, right? And they were saying that people were going back and forth on them because they were mad about the fact that somebody saying those government programs shouldn't be there because they said it put people in dependent situations to get into houses with money that they don't really have, right? And so it kind of gives them a false sense of what they can afford sometimes. And I can't remember who put that post up, but it was a lot of people going back and forth about it, saying the guy was wrong and some people really need it and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, okay, if you're using that to get into the home, then that's cool. But if you absolutely had no money to get into that home, then what? I mean, just say again, God forbid that you get sick and have to take off a few days. What happens then? You know, is that house going to take care of you? Is that house going to provide what you need? So it's like we just have to be mindful of some of the steps that we take, you know, and some of the things that we do to ourselves. Because, I mean, some of the stuff is done from the outside influence, but some of the stuff we do to ourselves, and that's what I want to speak to, that we stop doing it to ourselves and stop blaming others for our particular, you know, decisions that we make.
Yes, that is very true. Yeah, we have to take responsibility. I tell people all the time, you got to take responsibility for you. You have to make you important.
Yeah.
We make everything around us important. We make other people important. And one of the things that, you know, we do that I'm still trying to wrap my brain around, we loan money to people that we need. Why do you do that? And then you get mad because you got to chase them down and get your money back.
Yeah, if they came to you for money.
You got to make you important. Once you make you important, then guess what? Everything around you is going to change, period.
You know what though? That's a great statement though. But check this out though. Maybe that's the reason why people don't make themselves important, because they fear of all the other stuff that's changing. You see what I'm saying? They may not like the change that they see.
I agree.
From the people that's around.
You know,
you selfish now. Oh, you this now. Oh, you that now. And then people make you feel a certain way. Like, say if you were like a drinker back in the day or something, right? Then all of a sudden, you know what? You used to hang out with the boys up under the tree and go drink and all. Oh, you know what? I don't drink anymore. Okay. Now they don't fool with you. Now they're not your friend because now you don't have anything that they can benefit from. You know. So now I want to go to a different level. I want to be a homeowner. I want to do this. You sure you want to buy a home? You sure you want to do that? You sure you want to do this? You know. So it's like, you know, they fear, I guess, how other people's opinion of them going to be if they decide to go to another level. Oh, you think you all that because you got a house? No, man, well, you must think that. You know. So I think that I would just tell people, just stop really focusing on opinions. They're opinions. That's all they are. Mm-hmm. What is your opinion of you? And if your opinion of you is high and excellent, then it doesn't really matter what nobody says. As long as they say it with their hands in their pocket, you good. Right?
Okay.
You know,
well,
you see what
I tell people like this here. If they're not paying the bills at your house, why would they have to say it's important to you?
They can't. But we allow them to. We allow people to have too much to say so in the households that we pay the cost to be the boss. And a lot of time because we want to be liked so much and want people to just, oh, well, I want this and don't want that. You know, I say this. Everybody else is out being exactly who they are, unapologetically who they are. What's stopping you? Mm-hmm. What's stopping you from being who you are? If everybody else is out here being who they are with no problem and don't feel the same, have any remorse for being that way, then what's stopping you from going out and being the best version of you that you can be?
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. Like I said, one of the things that, you know, I'm real passionate about is if you want it, you have to do what it takes to go get it. I tell people all the time, you can make Google your best friend. Go out there and Google it.
Yeah.
If you don't know nobody who can get you the answers, well, I'll tell you like this here. If you connect it to me, just inbox me because, okay, I don't want to seem like I'm just over the top. But no, I know a lot.
It's okay. No, do that.
I know a lot. I know a lot. And that's why when people connect with me, I ask them questions, especially the one question most people have, I need to make money. What can I do to change my situation? And the conversation goes from one thing to something totally different. Because I have, should I say, researched. I became a researcher back in my broke days when I had all the debt. Okay, I didn't sit around saying, poke on me. Mm-hmm. I was out there researching, what do I need to do? What can I do to build and brand myself? And that's what I want other people to understand. When you have so much going on in your life and you feel that there is no way out, you got to have a conversation with yourself. What is it do you want? Not what your neighbors want, what your friends want, but what do you want that's going to make you happy? Okay? Because when you got you and you got some children, for those that are single parents, because I really have a passion for them, when you are a single parent, you got to make sure that you got to go outside the box, okay, and do whatever is necessary or by any means necessary to change your life. Some kids didn't ask to come here, but because they are, at least give them a fighting chance to have a good life. Don't have them grow up in the same environment or the same mentality that you have, okay? Like I said, you got to be willing to go alone. And a lot of times people don't even want to talk to their children about things that are important because the kids won't understand. Kids 3 years old understand, believe it or not. They really do. These kids nowadays are really, really smart. And when you tell a child something, you know kids always expect. If you tell a child, oh, we're going to buy a house, okay, so mama got to not spend any money doing this, so you got to help mom out. If you tell that child that, trust and believe, that child is going to watch you. And when that child see you doing what you're not supposed to be doing, they're going to call you out.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I'm telling people. You've got to involve your entire family. Because when you involve your entire family, your kids are not going to have the expectation, oh, we got to go to McDonald's and pick something up because we're coming home late. Mama, no, you say we're not going to spend any money. Yeah. Now you're working on my room because you're taking away from my room, and I don't want to do that. We can eat at home. I'll take a sandwich. I'll get some fruit. But that, until we get to that point in our lives, things in our life is not going to change. Okay?
Sacrifice.
There are some things that are going to make us real uncomfortable. And yeah, it is sacrifice. But I tell people all the time, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Because if it's not real to you, it's not real to me.
It can be.
I can have all the passion, I can have all the love, but it has to be real to you. Just like I have the passion to help people get their life together. But that's me. But if you don't want it, I can't give you what I have to help you to get it.
You can't. It's not your job to. Your job is to be available for whatever resources that they need if they want them. But your job is not to go get out there and do it for them. You know, because if you do it for them, as soon as you're not there, then what? Then they're lost. Then they really don't have any information of how to move forward if you're not there and be accessible. So you got to hold their hand all the time. So you definitely want to make sure that you take the information and learn it for yourself, so that way you don't have to be so dependent. But I think, you know, I think that's the point, is that to grab it and to say, okay, now I know it, and now they can teach that to somebody else, you know, and now they can be a leader amongst their peers, you know, rather than just, you know, we're having the same old woe is me, life ain't gonna get no better type conversations. You know, I just don't like those conversations. I always try to vibrate on a higher level with high energy and positive energy. I don't like negativity. I can't stand negativity around me. It's just like, you know what? It's not that I can't. It's the fact that we just haven't done it yet. You know, language, the words that we use, you know, because the subconscious is always paying attention. So I think a lot of times we've told ourselves over the years, I can't afford a house, I can't do this, I can't do that. So you never even position yourself to do anything, because you've already said, I might live in an apartment my whole life, I ain't never gonna own nothing, I'm never gonna be in a good relationship. Well, pretty much expect never to take place, because see, the subconscious don't know the difference between reality and what's not. So if you keep telling yourself what you can't do, then guess what? Can't is going to steady be up on your doorstep.
Mm-hmm. But the point of it is, they have to at least try. They always say that. But the thing of it is, that's so funny to me. People say they can't, but did you even go try to see if you can? And it's amazing, the ones that do go and try, oh my God, really? I thought I couldn't afford a house. Yes, you can. Yes. You just never tried.
Exactly.
And a lot of times, because our words have just kept us sheltered, instead of our actions helping us to take that next step to do what we got to do. And that's what we have to understand. Just try it. Okay, it's only no. Every no is not a permanent solution that says, I'm not going to ever have this. Okay? Yes. A no just means, you know what, that's just temporary. Let me keep doing what I need to do until I get my yes.
Bottom line. Bottom line.
But we don't like being denied. You know why we don't like being denied? Because we've always done what we've done to get what we have, and we think that what we have is something good when it's really nothing, okay? And we're not used to being denied.
False.
And because we are afraid to get that no, we don't even take the chance and try. We got to start taking a chance, because a lot of times we don't get what we want because we just didn't take that next step. It's very successful to do.
You're right. I mean,
but you got to be connected.
You have to be. You have to be connected. And so I would definitely tell them, speaking of being connected, let the people know how they can connect with you before I get you up out of here, because I know you have some things you have to do this morning, and I definitely want to be mindful of your time. Let the people know, man, they have an ambition to want to get up in this a home or some instructions or some knowledge. How can they get a hold of you?
Well, on Facebook, I have a Facebook private group called Home Buying Club. I also have a Home Buying Club business page, but to get into my private group, you just have to, like the page and you'll get approved. I can be reached via email at msmith@thehomebuyingclub.com. My phone number is 832-497-8558. I don't just do home buying. I do coaching, financial coaching. I don't do credit repair. I do credit education. Everything I do is about educating the people. I don't just give people information. I need to make sure when you get it that you're in a position to keep it. Same thing with the house. You can't just be willing to buy a house. You got to position yourself that once you get in that house, you're going to be confident that you can keep that house, because there's no worse feeling than to have the excitement of becoming a homeowner, and 3 to 6 months later, you're now facing foreclosure. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to be house poor. Yes, down payment assistance is available, but you want to also have some money in the bank before you go buy a house. Because if you don't have those things in place, you're not ready. And if you're not ready, be big enough to say, you know what, let me take some few more months and do what I got to do to get where I need to be. Because trust and believe, it is so worth the wait. Because once you become a homeowner, now it's a sense of ownership, and it's something that now you can see where your money is going to. Because if you're ready,